Hey, good Thursday morning. Yesterday we talked about Mary and her great faith, following the steps of Abraham and trusting that God said he would do what God would do what he said he was going to do. With Mary, she had an angelic visitor first. Found out she was going to become pregnant. As far as we read in the text, I don't know when she shared that news with Joseph. Joseph apparently didn't trust her testimony. We go to Luke chapter 1 at the end of it, and we find the Bible giving us this account of the birth of Christ, that Mary was found to be with child while she was betrothed, engaged to Joseph. Put yourself in that position. Your loved one is expecting, and you know that you're not the cause of the circumstance, and you're just left there. The Bible tells us some interesting things about Joseph. Tells us that though the law allowed for him to have her executed, stoned to death in the public square, that he didn't want to do that. He still cared so much for her, even believing that she had betrayed him. Cared so much for her that he didn't want to embarrass her, didn't want her to be a public example, but he also didn't want to raise someone else's child. And so he was going to walk away from that without harming her unnecessarily, until he got this angelic visitor. The Bible says that Joseph was planning to divorce her secretly until he had a vision at night. An angel came and spoke. Gabriel's been busy. Gabriel's visited Zechariah. Gabriel's visited Mary. Now Gabriel's visiting Joseph. And telling him, hey, you can take her to be your wife because she has kept her vow. She has kept her commitment. The angel went on to say, when he's born, you get to name him. You'll call his name Joseph. God's given you permission to name his son, then to raise it in your house. And the Bible said that when Joseph woke from sleep, apparently he was filled with a peace, a confidence, an assurance, dare I say a faith, that he was going to go forward and do, the Bible says, what the angel had bidden him. And of course, then we get to the account of the journey to Nazareth and the birth there in the manger scene, and Joseph being, the biggest stand-up guy that we could ever imagine. Of course, God blessed he and Mary, gave them more children, and allowed them, a front seat view to the life of Jesus. But his faith just stood out at me. Number one, his love for his wife, but then to have the faith that God, that what Mary had testified, God confirmed, and then the faith to see it all the way through. Wow, what a great testimony. Give us more young men and women like Mary and Joseph. No more Messiahs being born, but give us more men and women of faith like Mary and Joseph. Have a great Thursday. I'll be ministering at Heritage Woods today, having lunch with some of my pastor friends a little bit later, and then refereeing some basketball this evening. So looking forward to all of that. Appreciate your prayers. Pray for many in our church that are suffering physical infirmity, but God's been good. Sam Hirsch was with us Wednesday morning. Dan Barrier's home from the hospital. Eddie Darnell began cancer treatment. Continue to remember the Calhoun family in prayer. His memorial service, JC's memorial service, Saturday at 11, visitation at 10, right here in our sanctuary. And I hope you will have a great, great Thursday. Take care and God bless.